great friend, Senator Dave McCormick of the great state of Pennsylvania, who is a member of the Senate Banking Committee and has a long background in economics and finance. Senator, welcome, first of all. On
hey, great to be with you, Larry. Thank you.
So there's this idea, and it's a good idea. The trade surplus countries are going to give us a fair piece of change. I mean, let's see. Japan is in for $550 billion, I think. South Korea, $350. Europe, $600 billion, if I'm not mistaken. But the plumbing hasn't been really worked out yet. I don't know if it's it's going to go to factories. I'm all for it. Mr. Trump loves factories. Factories create jobs, productivity, and growth. I'm all for it. You had that big event up in Pittsburgh with the president and talking about data centers and energy, your specialty. But does anyone have any idea how this sovereign, maybe wealth fund and how these surplus countries, how's this going to work?
Yeah, well,
does anybody know?
Well, we're in uncharted territory here, Larry.
That's what I told Besson.
But we're in uncharted territory for the best of reasons. I think there's two things happening. One thing that's happening is President Trump has said foreign direct investment is a key part of making America great again. That's what happened in Pittsburgh with billions of dollars being invested. We're seeing all these companies invest outside companies as well as U.S. companies invest back in the United States because of the pro-growth economic policies of the president. But the second thing that's happening is through our trade negotiations, through tariffs, we're also accumulating very significant reserves. And the question is, how do we use those for strategic investment, the reindustrialization of America?
Could be chips, could be farmers,
Absolutely.
Could be aluminum, steel, cars, defense.
Exactly, and I'm new to Congress, but the one thing that I'm pretty clear about is you would not want Congress determining how you're going to allocate that capital. That needs to be very strategic in terms of how you do it. So the idea of a sovereign wealth fund, I think, is a very attractive one for strategic investment.
I just don't want Democrats to come
in
and use it for Green New Deal, climate change.
We have a number of these around the world. Some of the best in class are in places like Singapore and Australia and other places, good allies of the United States. What we need to do is essentially have a way to invest that capital in highly strategic areas, but make sure it goes through an independent review process of a group of people that are allocating in the best interest of the United States. That's what happens in other places.
That's a thought.
It can't be politicized. We can't have the next Democratic administration have a slush fund of hundreds of billions, maybe trillions of dollars. If this money was in the hands of Scott Besson and President Trump, I'd have a lot of confidence it's going to be invested in the right things.
Listen, I love the idea of using other people's money to build new factories.
Exactly.
I love that idea. And by the way, the one big beautiful bill gives plenty of incentives, for business write-offs and things of that sort and deregulation. So
the worry, of course, and you and I both had this same view, is the Democrats under the last administration had this idea that the way to stimulate the economy was to subsidize.
Right.
Subsidize the new Green Deal. Things like that created huge distortions in our economy. The last thing you want the government doing is picking winners and losers. What you do want the government doing is allocating the capital in the areas that are most strategic to ensure America remains at the forefront of innovation and advanced manufacturing.
And hopefully, private firms will take that ball and run with it.
That's absolutely, and that's already happening. I mean, we talked about it, I won't belabor it, but in Pittsburgh, what happened with our Energy and Innovation Summit is that you had energy companies, technology companies, big investors allocate $92 billion because of the president's energy dominance and AI policies.
Power, electricity, baseload, and data centers.
Exactly. You can't say...
In Pittsburgh, who would have thunk?
You can't say energy dominance and AI leadership without putting them in the same sentence. They're different sides of the same coin.
Lightning round, Senator McCormick. Government-owned Fannie and Freddie. Government bailed out Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, the mortgage-backed companies that caused so much angst, whatever it was, 15, 18 years ago. There's a lot of talk that they're going to sell stock in it or sort of privatize it. We don't have enough time in this segment to do it, but it's going to come before the Banking Committee for sure. What do you think?
Very open to it. I mean, listen, this is something that's been talked about, tried before. We may now have the president and the leadership team to actually make it happen. We've got a huge housing crisis in our country. Affordable housing is not available for people across the country. The government's plan, distorting markets with Fannie and Freddie, has not been successful. And the privatization.
Would you take the credit line to the Treasury, which is the government guarantee part? If you sell stock, would you take that off?
Well, listen, that's the million-dollar question, right? Because that's the whole value that's been created at this point. So
hedge funds have gone bankrupt, hassling through that.
Exactly.
And you and I both know the people.
Exactly. So I wouldn't say on this program what to do. What I would say is I think we might have the right team to do it.
Let's look at it. Last one. I know there was a laundry list of names for the Fed, but the president clarified it today. It's only 3 or 4. My view is only 2 names, 2 Kevins, Kevin Hassett and Kevin Warsh. Does Senator McCormick have a choice?
Well, listen, I know both Kevins well. I know one Kevin Warsh, particularly well because he and I work together. They're both great Americans, both be great for the president. I spent a lot of time listening to what and I think he's got a great vision for what he would do at the Fed. But frankly, the president's going to have great choices, and I know he'll make a good one.
Can you get Steve Myron confirmed? Listen, September 2nd, Senate comes back. September 17th is the next Fed meeting. Can you get Myron confirmed and put him on the Federal Reserve Board?
I think there's a shot. You know, we've got to make some changes to accelerate the way nominations go through. The Democrats have obfuscated. Chuck Schumer stood in the way. When we come back from recess,
but you'd like to get him on.
Absolutely,
yeah, he's a smart guy. You know him.
He's going to be. I know him. I met with him recently. I think he's going to be a great addition, and I think he's going to be a strong, independent voice, which is what the president wants.
Terrific stuff, Senator Dave McCormick. Thank you. You can visit any old time.
Thanks, Larry.
Terrific stuff.